Hi guys, welcome to my channel. It's Shazia. You may know me as Brown Girls Love Makeup. So welcome to my channel. Thank you for clicking on my video. If you're new here, welcome. I hope you enjoyed the content, and if you've been here before, thank you for returning. In my series of collection videos, I'm going to be doing my blushes today. I did my foundations, primers and setting sprays. I'll link those videos somewhere either in the description or a little card on top. Yeah, I'm just gonna run through the rest of my collection. I'm also got some affiliate links in my description box, so if you use them, please, I know that I get a small commission out of them at no extra cost to yourself, but yeah, I appreciate if you use them. If you don't, that's okay too. So these are all the blushes I have a couple of palettes and mainly individuals. They're all different in terms of like finishes and stuff, and I don't have like a preference in color. Like, you know, I quite like the oranges and corals and pinks and reds and stuff, but a lot of mine are like pinkish, mauvish kind of. Majority of my blushes are matte, then don't have any luminosity or shine or anything, glitter or whatever in them, purely because I like a matte blush. My go-to is a matte blush, but I do have like the Charlotte Tilbury ones have a bit of a sheen on them and so forth. So we'll go through them and have a chat about each one of them. So where do we begin? Let's start with the Juvia's Place palette. Now this is still in its package. I don't know if I should chuck the outer packaging away because it's literally the same. The only difference is it's got like ingredients and stuff at the back of this. But this is the Sahara Blush Volume 2 palette, and she looks like this. She's very pigmented. I've done a review on this. She has varied amount of color, and she's more for like the deeper skin tone. I think the Volume 1 was a lighter one. I went for the Volume 2 purely because my husband bought me this. I didn't actually buy it myself, and also I prefer these colors, to be honest, and like I'll give them a swatch. As those, very bright, very solar is very bright, and it has a bit of a sheen. So these are the colors. They're very bright, very vibrant, very opaque and pigmented. So I generally go in with a very light hand when I use this, because when my husband bought this for me, I had a bit of a tan. My skin was sort of like tan. It was tan. It wasn't like medium, but now it's more medium skin tone than tan. So everything that I own is slightly a little bit too light or deep for me. Like if you watch my foundation videos, a lot of the colors varied. I have like too light or too dark, and that's purely because I keep buying stuff online. So yeah, it's a very beautiful palette, very beautiful. The colors are gorgeous, and this one and this one has a sheen to it. The rest are all matte. The next palette we'll talk about is this Tarte blusher palette. So this was the Blush Bliss palette. So I think this one came out 2 years ago, and she looks like this. Let me put it this way because the light's better this way. So these are all, with the exception of this one, matte blushes. This one has a bit of a shimmer. Let's just give them a swatch. So this is them, like so, very bright, very vibrant again, a little bit more, what's the word, dusty. But I do really like this palette. I used to use it quite often, but then I started using my singles more often than reaching for a palette. I don't know why. I think it's because I keep them in their boxes, and I'm like, oh, it's really long to take them out of the boxes, which I know is a me issue, not the palette's issue, but sometimes I do feel like that. And personally, I would take them out of the cardboard boxes, but it's really pretty. It's really pretty. I don't want to get rid of it. I mean, I like this as well, but this is pretty, and I don't want to just store the box somewhere for the sake of storing it. So this is the Huda Beauty Glowish blush. This one's in Caring Coral. I actually really like this. Like, I heard people say it's too matte, but I really enjoy it. I think it's really pretty. You have to quite build this one up a little bit. Sorry, I just had to change the angle a little bit because I feel like the light's too dark, so I'm trying to get a bit of light. But so this is the Glowish blush in Coral, Caring Coral, and this is the shade. I do really like this one. It's very pretty. I'm really annoyed because Boots actually had them on the club card offer for £9 something, and I really wish I got a couple of more shades because I really like the formula. Like, a lot of people complained that it was too matte and stuff. They assumed it would be like a glowy blush, but I really enjoy it because I like a matte blush. Let's do these Becca ones. So I got 2 Becca ones. These obviously don't exist anymore as far as I'm aware. So I got Nightingale and Songbird. This is Nightingale, and it's very like mauvey, plummy shade. This is it swatched on my hand. Very pigmented, quite deep. Really enjoy this, but I have to go in with a very light hand because it's a bit too much. And this is Songbird. Songbird's more of a neutral corally kind of shade with a touch of pink, and this is really nice for kind of like a bit more of a subtle look. And I think it has, this one's just more of like a satin kind of thing, but that's the shade there. Songbird, Nightingale, and that's the Glowish blush in the corner. So now we have the Charlotte Tilbury brush, and this one's Pillow Talk Intense. So we've all seen them before. They all have that sort of like inner circle, which is more of a sheen, and you have the outer circle, which is kind of like a matte blush. If I just swatch that there, I don't know if you can see that. And then you've got the outer one, which is more like a sheen, and then when you mix them together, they create quite a beautiful rosy sort of colour. I think I've got like staining from all the other blushes. And then I got Walk of No Shame. I'm just going to mix these two together and then put it here. There you go. That's a better swatch. So again, this is like a pinky with a gold reflect. So this is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Blush Quad. So it's got mirrors. I'm trying to hide myself because I'm not ready to be on camera. So this is what it looks like. Very pretty. Really like this, but it's a bit too like muted. You can see there's the swatched. This one I use more like a highlighter than a blush. They were a little bit too light for me, but now I can use them, and you can see them, and they were a bit too shimmery for me, but when my skin dried out they were perfect. So this is the one I generally use almost like a highlighter. So let's just go for this big one. This is the Jouer Rose Cut Gems Blush and Cheek Topper Palette. Let's get it. This again came out a few years ago. I actually had this one in my project pan, and I was trying to pan it. Like, how would I pan a blush palette? Like, no way. But to be fair, I did use it. I used it a lot. Not the topper, but all the shades. I kind of like mix them together sometimes and use them. It's a really nice palette. I do like the formula, but I was just trying to use them up, really. Not completely, but as much as possible. This is one you've seen on the channel already. I reviewed this, well, did a sort of first impressions a few weeks ago on this Sigma blush. This is in Nearly Wild. I really enjoyed it. It is a beautiful blush. As you can see, the colour is very pigmented. There's this one here, and it's like a deep berry shade, and I thoroughly enjoy it. I've been using it quite a lot actually because it was right at the top, and I'm lazy to dig down and find other blushes. The Bare Minerals Bounce and Blur blush in Mauve Sunrise. So this one is one that I got in that like box set thing I was talking about in my primer video, and it's like it's a bit putty, so you can see is a cream to powder formula, and it's like a medium bright pink. It's very cute, very bubbly. It does swatch lovely, and it also applies lovely. That's one I have used a bit of, and I do thoroughly enjoy it. EX1 blusher. This is in Jet Set Glow. I said in the beginning that I don't have many glowy blushes, but apparently I do. So this one's more of a natural flush look. It's very neutral, very natural looking. So this is more one I would use when I'm not wearing too much makeup, but I'm still wearing makeup. And I have an e.l.f. Berry Mary blush. This is super old, like not for my collection, but just been out for a very long time. This is like another bright pink, berry color, very pretty. Again, very nice on sort of medium skin tones. And then we have a mini NARS, and this is in Orgasm. I got this in a gift set, and I don't think I needed a full size one, to be honest, because I don't know why, I'm not really a massive fan of it. It's like, it's too light for me, I think, too light for my skin, and it's not even swatching anymore. I think it's got hard pattern. It's not coming off. Well, that's the swatch I could get from it. Yeah, I think it's got hard pan. I think this is going to be one that I might have to get rid of. I'll have a play and see if I can scrape that off. But that's just a mini. I've seen this in a video of my e.l.f. trying e.l.f. products, new to me. This one's in Fiji. I should know that. And I really like this cream brush. Let's put it here. I really like it. It's like the coral, bright orange coral. I'm really enjoying cream products lately. I kind of want to explore cream products more. I find them to be easy to apply, easy to use, less fuss. Also, I think if they get too like much, I can just kind of like tone it down with foundation. Sometimes I feel like I can't do that with powder blushes, but I do still love my powder blushes. I'm just enjoying creams at the moment. So this is a NARS holiday palette. This was the exposed cheek palette, and this is what it looks like. These were baked formulas, so very pretty colors. Don't know if you can see that coral. That coral one's not coming up. It's coming on my finger. So there we go. Those are the shades. This one I usually use as a highlighter or a topper. This one's too neutral for me, it doesn't work, but I can use any one of those other ones. This kind of looks more like a bronze to me, to be honest. And these are the shades. I'm not sure if they still do these ones, but I know the palette's long gone, like can't get it anymore. But it is a lovely palette. I do really enjoy that, and I do like the baked formulas. And again, I've said I didn't have that many shiny, shimmery, you know, luminous blushes, but I seem to have more than I thought I did. This is the Milani powder blush in Coral Co. I do like a coral shade. I just think it looks really pretty. Whether it looks pretty on me is a different thing, but I just really enjoy a coral shade. Let's just give that a swatch here. And that's what it looks like. It almost looks neon. It's really pretty. I really like this one. And last but not least, I have the Ciate Glow 2 Illuminating Blush. I think the name's Matchmaker, but this was just like a Look Fantastic. Let's swatch it. Let's see. Oh, I think it's an overspray, that gold. Yeah. But this is what it looks like. It's actually, I think it might be too bubblegummy for me and a bit too luminous. I might be able to get away with using it as a highlighter though. We'll see. But that's that one. And I don't have any like new blushes or ones that I've saved or anything like that are not in their packaging. Everything, even though there's some still in their boxes, I have actually used all of them, so none of them are like brand new, so I won't be putting them in the box. If you watch my other video, you would know I'm putting all the brand new products that I haven't used yet into a box for safekeeping because my drawer is too small. But yeah, so none of these need to go in. So altogether I have 18 blushes. These are just purely blushes, they're not like makeup face palettes. I have face palettes in a separate bag that I want to go through, and I'll probably go through those next because some of them sit with the blushes and some of them sit with the bronzers. So before I do the bronzers, I might just do the face palettes next. And so yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. I'm going to put them away now, and here we go. So that's where they'll sit. I'll put them properly when I get the highlighters. These are highlighters that go here in, and the other blush palettes, not blush palettes, face palettes, that sort of mingle in with these ones. These bigger ones, I'm gonna have to put them with my face palettes because they don't fit in this drawer, unless, let's see, fit them. I could always fit them here. Let me just see if this one does. This is a very tight squeeze, so this one's going to have to go with my my eyeshadow palettes, and so is this one because it won't close otherwise. So I will be putting those over there. But yeah, so thank you for watching. Hopefully in the next video you'll see me sort out my highlighters, and then I can put them here. And then this bit will be more organized, and then I'll do my kind of face palette sort of video, the palettes that have a mixture of blush, highlighter and bronzer and stuff, and we'll have a go through that as well. Yeah, so I'll see you in my next one. Take care, bye.